We're going to jump to lesson 2. We're going to read a range of high-frequency words. We will use glossaries to determine or clarify the meanings of words and phrases. We will identify key details in short, familiar texts. We will write about likes in different topics, such as sports and hobbies. We will match words connected with hobbies to their meanings, and we will complete sentences with verbs for hobbies. Let's get started. So, for reading here, we're going to find the meaning of the words in bold, and you can check your answers with your glossary. Let's read the interview first. An interview with twin brothers. Meet Hazem and Hatem. They are brothers and they're both aged 12. They have the same parents and the same birthday. They're twins. What are your hobbies? I like sports. I play basketball on Mondays and Wednesdays. I go swimming on Tuesdays, and I play football on Saturdays. And he watches football matches on TV on Saturday evenings. He loves football. I love football. I don't like football, but I like music. I play the drums and I listen to music. He plays the drums in a band. Do you have any hobbies that you both like? We play chess together on Saturdays. Hatem usually wins. Yes, that's true. And on Saturday afternoons, we do voluntary work. What kind of voluntary work do you do? We help in the children's hospital. We play games with the children and read them stories. It's great. Now let's jump to question 1. Okay, question 1. Have you got a brother or sister? Have you got the same hobbies as your brother or sister? If I were to speak about myself and my sister, of course we have different hobbies. I like reading, I like going to the beach, and I like swimming. As for my sister, she enjoys skydiving, she enjoys traveling, and she does not like reading. So we are different. What about your family? What about your sibling? Okay. Now, Hazem and Hatem both love football. Is this true or false? Of course, this is false because Hatem doesn't like football. Only Hazem does. Now, let's look at the photos and talk about the hobbies you like. So, I want you to look at them. We can talk about chess, watching TV, listening to music, playing basketball or football, or even swimming. Now, what do you like to do? Write your sentences in your notebook. You can use the expressions in the expression box. Go swimming, listen to music, play basketball, play chess, play football, play the drums, or watch a football match. So, an example would be, I love to go swimming. Now, I'd like you to read the interview again by yourself and answer the following questions. Number 1, which brother likes different sports? Of course, that is Hazem. Number 2, which brother likes music? The answer is Hatem. Number 3, what 2 things does Hatem play? He plays the drums and he plays chess. Number 4, what is Hazem's favorite sport? This is football. And last but not least, number 5, what do they do at the children's hospital? They do voluntary work. They help, they play games with the children and read them stories. Now we're going to listen quickly to complete Hazem and Hatem's diary.
Can I ask you some more questions? Yes, of course. Hazem, when do you play basketball? I play basketball on Mondays and Wednesdays. And when do you play football? I play football on Saturdays and I watch football matches on the TV on Saturday evenings. When do you go swimming? I go swimming on Tuesdays. Wow, you're busy. Hatem, when do you play the drums? I play the drums on Mondays at home and I play the drums in a band on Thursdays. What What do you do on Tuesdays and Wednesdays then? I listen to music. I like pop music. What do you do on Saturdays? I help my mother and I do voluntary work with Hazem. And on Sundays, I play chess with Hazem or my dad. Thank you both. You're welcome.
Now let's check our answers together. On Saturdays, Hazem plays football and does voluntary work, watches football matches on TV, whereas Hatem helps his mother do voluntary work. On Sundays, Hazem plays chess and Hatem plays chess as well. So they do the same thing together on Sundays. As for Mondays, they do different things. Hazem plays basketball and Hatem plays the drums at home. On Tuesdays, Hazem goes swimming, whereas Hatem listens to pop music. On Wednesdays, Hazem plays basketball and Hatem listens to pop music. As for Thursdays, we only know that Hatem plays the drums in a band. Let's move on. Okay, now it's time to write. Put your ideas on paper. Write about your hobbies and when you do them. You can use a dictionary if you need to. I blank on Mondays. So, write down what hobby you do on Mondays. Could be sports, could be cooking, could be listening to music, could be meeting up friends and doing something like horseback riding. So write down your hobbies. Okay, now we're going to move on to the vocabulary section. We're going to read and match the words with their meanings. So the first one is done for us. Chess is basically a game for two people. Now, let's go to number 2. Number 2 is D. Band is a group of people who play music together. So, if you do take part in a band, you probably play a certain musical instrument. Or you could be the vocalist, the person who sings. Let's move on. Number 3, drums. Drums are these musical instruments which you hit to make noise. As for number 4, twins are, of course, brothers or sisters who are the same age. So 4A. And number 5, last but not least, voluntary work is basically work you do for no money. If you take part in voluntary work, that means you have very high ethics and you love to help and you do not expect anything in return. So a person who does voluntary work is usually a very kind and helpful person. Let's move on. Okay, now we're going to complete the table with do, go, listen to, or play. The first one is done for us. Voluntary work is to be done. Now, what about going? I can say I go swimming. As for listening, I can say I listen to music on the radio or I listen to the teacher. Last but not least, play. You can say I play basketball or I play chess or I play the drums or I play football. Once you write down your answers, make sure to cross them from the word box. Now let's jump to exercise 3. Complete the sentences with the correct verb forms. Use verbs from exercise 2. You can always rewind to find the verbs you would like to use. The first one is done for us. I always listen to the teacher. Number 2, do you blank swimming after school? So you'll say, do you go swimming after school? Number 3, Hani loves basketball. He blank it every day. He plays every day. He plays it every day. Number 4, my father blank football matches on the radio. My father listens to football matches on the radio. And number 5, Meher does voluntary work at a hospital. Now, our next writing section. Write about your hobbies and when you do them. You may use these ideas. What's your favorite sport? When do you do it? What sport don't you like? What do you watch on TV? And what do you listen to on the radio? So, you can write these answers into one paragraph. Make sure to revise your sentence structure once you're done. So guys, that's a wrap. We have covered the following. We wrote a paragraph about hobbies and describing a person in the family. We listened to an interview with twins. We talked about your family and asked questions. We learned more about pronouns and the present simple tense in language learning. And we learned about empathy through voluntary work. Thank you guys. That was Ms. Sara Bassioni. Have a good day. Bye.